Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Star Teacher, Star Student Award Ceremony for the class of 2024, presented by Gaston County Schools and sponsored by the Gaston Gazette. I am Todd Hagans from the Gaston County Schools Communications Department, and it is a pleasure to have each of you with us this evening for our program. This ceremony recognizes outstanding high school students in the class of 2024. And the accomplished teachers who have gone above and beyond the call of duty to see that they are successful. We would like to thank the Gaston Gazette for sponsoring this wonderful recognition program, and we appreciate everyone here at the Gaston Early College High School and Gaston College for working with us to host our Star Teacher, Star Student ceremony this year. And now, to offer our official welcome from the Gaston County Board of Education, I am delighted to introduce our chairman, Mr. Jeff Ramsey.
Thank you, Todd, and thank you for everyone coming tonight, and hopefully the rain will hold off when we leave. Well, good evening. On behalf of Gaston County Board of Education, I appreciate having the opportunity to welcome you to the Star Teacher, Star Student Award ceremony. I would also like to recognize our Vice Chair, Dot Cherry, in the back there for being with us tonight. Thank you, Dot. Each Star student being honored this evening selects the teacher who has the greatest influence on his or her life. The teachers being recognized are among the best of the best in Gaston County schools. They truly are the star teachers who work to make a difference every day. The Board of Education joins me in commending each student and teacher being honored this evening, and we salute you on a job well done. We are confident that our star students will go on to become professionals and leaders in our community, and we know that our star teachers will continue to inspire their students. Congratulations to all the star students and star teachers, and we thank you for the Gazette for sponsoring this ceremony. Please know how much we appreciate you being here to help us celebrate the star students in the class of 2024 and their star teachers. Thank you again, and we hope you enjoy the program.
And now it is a pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Morgan Houchard.
Thank you, Todd. Good evening. It is an honor to be here with you this evening, and I thank you for being here as well as we recognize and honor our star teachers, star students for the class of 2024. We would like to extend a special thank you to the Gaston Gazette for sponsoring our ceremony and making this outstanding program possible again this year. We also would like to express our appreciation to everyone who had a hand in organizing and coordinating this program. While this is my first time being here at the ceremony as a superintendent, I have attended in the past, and let me say the program has always been a highlight for me of the year. It serves as a way to usher us into the graduation season as we celebrate outstanding seniors in the class of 2024 and their most influential teachers. It goes without saying that this year's star students shine brightly in the class of 2024. They have accomplished many wonderful achievements, both inside and outside the classroom. The teachers here today were selected for being a star in the eyes of the people who are most affected by their work, the students. I'm sure that our star teachers would tell you that the star students have affected their lives as well. We know that teachers learn from their students every day. The students' academic records are impressive. Their leadership in extracurricular activities is commendable, and their service to the community is remarkable. They have received numerous awards and accolades during their high school career, and without question, they are stars for a better tomorrow. I once read that you can teach a student a lesson for a day, but if you can teach him to learn by creating curiosity, he will continue the learning process as long as he lives. And that's what this esteemed group of educators being recognized here this evening has done. They have created curiosity in learning and a love for learning that will influence our star students for the rest of their lives. Our star students will be the first to tell you that the great teachers with us this evening have helped them as well as other students in their classroom, to be more successful and ready for the challenges and opportunities they will face in the future. The STAR teachers have sparked in their students the joy of gaining knowledge, skill, creativity, and self-confidence needed to reach their fullest potential. And they have inspired our STAR students to be the best they can and shine brightly in all that they do. We are extremely proud of our STAR students in the class of 2024, and we are pleased to recognize their STAR teachers as well this evening. As you listen to what each student has to say about their teacher that he or she has nominated, you will realize the influence a teacher has on the life of a young person. So at this time, we're ready for the presentation of our STAR teachers and our STAR students for the class of 2024. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Huchard, and we are ready to meet our STAR teachers and STAR students for the class of 2024. I will introduce each student and teacher and have the student come forward to read the essay, and we would like for the teacher to please stand on the X that's right there as the student shares his or her essay. Then we will give the teacher an opportunity to make brief remarks before the awards presentation. Superintendent Huchard and Chairman Ramsey will present to the STAR teacher the official STAR Teacher Award, which is sponsored by the Gazette, a copy of the STAR student's essay, and a Gaston County Schools lapel pin. Each student will receive the STAR student plaque and a STAR student lapel pin. We begin our recognition with the Gaston Early College High School. If you will come forward at this time. The STAR student is Crisbel Rodriguez. She is the daughter of Crispulo Rodriguez. Crisbel plans to attend the University of North Carolina at Charlotte to major in chemistry, and she hopes to pursue a career as a medical laboratory scientist. Her STAR teacher is Sharanda Paysor. Ms. Paysor is an English teacher here at the Gaston Early College High School.
Kobe Bryant said, "I like challenging people and making them uncomfortable. That's what leads to introspection, and that's what leads to improvement." And you could say, "I dare people to be their best selves." And believe me when I say that this describes Ms. Paysor, so allow me to change the subject. Ms. Paysor certainly likes challenging people, making them uncomfortable, and guiding them to be their best selves. English is not my first language, so English classes have never been my strong suit, and she did not go easy on me. Although Ms. Paysor was supportive and provided help along the way, she allowed me to struggle on my own. And I can testify that this led to improvement in my life. English is still not my best or favorite subject, but her engaging and varied teaching style has made it a more enjoyable one. And I have felt more prepared throughout my academic journey. Her honesty, encouragement, engagement, and charisma are just some qualities that make Ms. Paysor a remarkable and special teacher. According to Henry Drummond, the people who influence you are the people who believe in you. And I have experienced it firsthand with you, Ms. Paysor. The passion with which you teach has made an impact and difference in my personal life and also in my academic journey. Thank you for believing in me, always cheering me on, and pushing me to be the best version of myself since day one. I know you will keep inspiring students the same way you have inspired me. Thank you, Ms. Paysor.
It's gonna make me cry. This will be brief, I promise. We are here to honor students that embody the concept of a star, those who shine brilliantly, lighting the way for others in the darkness. And Crisbel is a star. Even when you cannot see her, you can feel her brilliance in the way she influences others with her kindness, her understanding, and her quiet confidence. Fortunately, I have been lucky enough to meet Crisbel and have her influence my life and career. Crisbel, I hope you get everything you deserve and want out of life because you do deserve it all. Every obstacle you've already overcome and every obstacle in your future path, I know you will succeed. And I want to thank you to your parents for sharing you with me and with everyone else. And trust me, we will never forget you. Thank you.
Next, we salute the STAR student from the Gaston Early College of Medical Sciences. At this time, we we would like for Amelia Madsky to come forward with her star teacher, Dana Hinkle. Amelia is the daughter of Bridget and Jason Madsky. She plans to attend the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and earn a degree in health and policy management. She plans to become a hospital administrator. Her star teacher is Dana Hinkle, who teaches second grade at Brookside Elementary School.
Not many people have the privilege of saying they could keep in touch with their first grade teacher, but I have. Ms. Hinkle was my first grade teacher at Ida Rankin and is truly one of the best teachers I've ever had. I was given the absolute honor of sitting in her class all those years ago. She was one of the most encouraging and impactful teachers to have helped me shape who I am. She gave me a safe and welcoming place to learn. I've never once felt like I was anything less than extraordinary, and that school is a great place to learn and grow. While in her class, I remember feeling special, not only because I was in a combined class with second graders, which meant my best friend was in my class, but that she made me feel like I was someone of importance. Ms. Hinkle made sure that her little group of first graders each felt important and heard in her classroom. She gave us hands-on experiences like growing butterflies and watching flowers change colors, and so much more. Ms. Hinkle gave me the strong building blocks to lay the firm foundation for my love of school and pushed me to want more from my education. Although I've moved on from her classroom at Ida Rankin, what she taught me in those walls still stands with me today. I've learned to build on what I already know and to stand strong in what I believe, thanks to her encouragement and motivation. So thank you.
I guess we changed places now, right? Well, I am humbled to be selected as a star teacher. When I reflect on what has shaped me as a teacher, the first thing that comes to mind are students. Why are any of us teachers if it wasn't for our students? I also reflect is what is my purpose? And my big question is always my why. Why am I doing what I am doing? And tonight's honor proves that your why will be shown if you persevere. So let's talk about Amelia. Over 30 years of teaching, many students, 660, if we do the math right, maybe, has came into my door. And those students touch my heart in a special way each and every year. But there are those who leave a mark. And Amelia, you were one of those students. I remember her coming into my first grade classroom, quiet, a rule follower, just the perfect student. She was shy, but boy, was she super smart. And that still shows today. From a first grader to a senior in high school, boy, is she still smart. And we still remember our why. Why do we do what we do? And this is the evidence. Amelia, may you continue to touch lives in your personal and your professional journey that you're going to begin. And I want you to remember this from me. Always remember your why. Why you choose the journey you choose. And this great honor comes at just the perfect time in my career, as this is my last year of teaching. And it just makes it full circle. So now I'm on to my next chapter of life, and I'm going to find my new why. But I will never forget you. Blessings and love always to you.
Now we are ready to recognize the star student and the star teacher from East Gaston High School. The star student is Sheldon Clark. He is the son of Dwayne and Christy Clark. Sheldon plans to attend college to major in aerospace engineering. His star teacher is Brandon Taylor. Mr. Taylor serves as the band director at East Gaston High School.
One of the events I will miss most from high school is coming off the football field after winning a home football game and giving Mr. Taylor a fist bump or high five. Seeing his smile and telling me good job is only one of the ways that he inspired me to achieve great things in band, sports, and in the classroom. While in band, Mr. Taylor operates with a tough love attitude. While he never misses the chance to fix a problem within the music, he is always the first to say great job after a good run. One thing that I am beyond grateful for is Mr. Taylor always believing in me. When I arrived at East Gaston, I was not confident whatsoever in my ability to play the French horn. However, Mr. Taylor always saw what I could become, so he always reminded me that I am better than I think and that it is okay to make mistakes. He believed in me from day one, which allowed me to grow as a player and, more importantly, a person. Mr. Taylor has always shown me how to handle my emotions in a way that benefits not only myself, but also everyone around me. Whether this be excitement, happiness, frustration, or even anger, through Mr. Taylor's example every day in class, I learned how to radiate positivity instead of negativity. Thank you, Mr. Taylor, for being one of my biggest inspirations.
Not only am I trying not to cry, Sheldon happens to be a better public speaker than me, so I appreciate that. Good evening, everyone. First, I want to thank Mr. Sheldon Clark for selecting me as star teacher. However, I feel like tonight's entire focus should be on him. I could go on and on, although I told Ms. Johnson, our counselor, that I would not do that, about Sheldon. If you know or have ever interacted with Sheldon, you already know how great a student, athlete, musician, and just a human being he is. As a teacher, we care and are invested in all of our students, but we all know sometimes one of those students will have a profound impact on your life and teach you things about yourself. Sheldon Clark is one of those students. This speech will truly never express how proud of you I am, and words can't ever amount to the high level of confidence I have in you. Sheldon is truly one of the kindest, most empathetic, most good-natured, joyful people I've ever met in my entire life. No matter what is going on in his life, he will show up to whatever activity he's participating in with a positive attitude and give it his all. Sheldon is not only a captain on the football team, but a member of our leadership team on the marching band. This talented young man will do 8 to 5s for band camp during the summer, immediately turn around and do football practice, and he'll do a full day of school while being top of his class, by the way. Then immediately go to football practice, come to marching band rehearsals. You're looking at 15, 16-hour days, and he does it all with a smile on his face. On game nights, he would be a pivotal member of the team, often making game-changing plays, and then turn around covered in sweat and grass and pick up a mellophone, march the entire field show without taking a break. This is just a small snapshot of him during his 4 months of the year. With all of this, he shines throughout the entire year in every aspect, never losing sight of himself and the joys of others. Sheldon, thank you for being you. Everyone is so proud of you already, and I know you're just getting started. I would always tell him before games to be careful not to get hurt. Of course, because I wanted him to be safe, but also because I didn't want him to miss out on class and rehearsal because his absence was felt by everyone, including me. Sheldon, as you go on to bigger and brighter things, don't ever stop being you. The world is a better place because you're in it, and also, don't get hurt.
Next, we are ready to recognize the star student and star teacher from Forest View High School. The star student is Riley Rouse. His parents are Bob and Carrie Rouse. He plans to attend Clemson University and major in human capital education and development. His star teacher is Lindsay Dickerson Beverly. Ms. Dickerson Beverly previously taught English at Forest View High School and now serves as the media specialist at Holbrook Middle School.
Hi, everyone. First, I'd like to thank the Gaston Gazette, Dr. Huchard, the Gaston County Board members, and Ms. Peoples, my principal. I entered the doors of Forest View High School as a freshman with the assignment of opportunity and fear of the unknown. I also started that year required to wear a mask, which made connecting with peers challenging for an introvert. Despite that, I was focused on a plan to achieve my dream of acceptance to Clemson University. Go Tigers. The plan included a rigorous academic schedule, involvement in various activities, and continuing my journey to become an Eagle Scout. Mapping out a plan was easy, but the social and emotional challenges of high school made the time during the epidemic especially complicated. Sacrificing my values was not an option to find my way into social groups, and I became very discouraged. Throughout these challenges, my goal was to mask the isolation that I was feeling and hide the fact that I was not doing well in school. Mrs. Dickerson Beverly, who we affectionately call Mrs. DB, was my AP English, Language, and Composition teacher at the time I was most discouraged. I am thankful that her gifts as an educator include more than just teaching the curriculum. My faith and my parents provide me with support. But at this pivotal point, Mrs. DB was there for me and helped me to find my strengths. I felt like I was in the shadows of others, but Mrs. DB helped me to find that it was more important to focus on my own path and create my own path, and for that I am most thankful.
Okay, so before I begin, I just want to take a minute to say, for those who work in a high school, you know high schools do not come with the built-in pause button, okay? So take a look around at these stellar students, these inspirational teachers, and just enjoy it for a second. I want to say thank you, Gaston County Schools, for continuing this tradition because it is very refreshing, and it does give us a chance to celebrate our incredible students who grow with their high schools into the young people that they are as we send them off into the world. So I'm very honored and humbled to stand here next to Riley today. If anyone has attended a Forest View game recently, then you already met Riley and you probably didn't even know it. So he's a 5-sport athlete. So if he wasn't already in the game, then he was definitely the guy decked out in Jag swag, running around with our flag, hyping up the student section. But if you had told me 4 years ago that Riley would have become our Jungle's student section hype man, I probably would have raised an eyebrow. When he came in as a freshman, as he mentioned, it was during a very complicated time. No one had navigated before. It was very hard on a lot of our students, especially navigating new territory. And it wasn't because Riley wasn't worthy that I never would have seen this side of him. It was just because when he came in, he was a little shy, kind of reserved, but he also came in with a lot of determination that I don't even think he knew he had at the time. So despite that initial reservation, Riley showed up, he worked hard, and he put himself out there and he took chances that paid off. So even when he felt like he was struggling the most, Riley was still showing up. And that meant so much to me as an adult to see a child willing to continue to put themselves out there and just trudge through to meet their goals and try to find their dreams. So since that 9th grade year, Riley has grown into the epitome of what I consider the ultimate Forest View Jaguar. And not for the reasons of just having school spirit and showing up for philanthropies and being involved in 10,000 things that I don't know how he has time for with athletics, but also because he's such a well-rounded young man. He's motivated, he's passionate, he's intelligent, he's humble, and he did have your typical high school struggles. I know every student here tonight, probably junior year at some point, you wanted to throw in the towel. Everybody's asking you, what are you going to do with your life? And you're applying to a million places, and you're trying to figure out who you are and what your place in life is. But not one single one of those moments defined him or defeated him. And that you should be so proud of. Riley asked for help when it was needed. He persevered, he fought for his goals, and he is a stellar role model for our future graduates across the county and at Forest View. And there's one example of something Riley has achieved that tops everything, more than any A, more than any athletic event, more than coming out of his shell and becoming a leader. Riley recently achieved his Eagle Scout Award. And while that in itself, yes, definitely deserves a round of applause. While that's a huge honor all on its own, it was the Eagle project itself that blew me away. His mom sent a message to me and said, I want to share something with you. Here's a plan that he has. And I immediately was brought to tears. And when that idea Riley had was turned into a reality, I was awestruck at what he achieved. Not only did Riley earn his Eagle Award, he earned it by building an outdoor classroom for Forest View High School, to which he also dedicated in memory of his cross-country coach and teacher, the legendary John Hunsucker, for those who have ever worked with John in the past. And so, as an educator, there's a lot of students that come along that you think fondly of, and you remember classroom memories, and you are excited to see what they achieve, but none have left a physical, lasting impression on myself and an entire campus until Riley. He has gifted Forest View a legacy benefiting every staff member and every student in the future to come. Riley, and you may not understand the impact right now, but I hope one day you will. As a Forest View alum, as I mentioned myself, I'm so proud of you and I cannot wait to see what you accomplish. And I want to end by saying, in the words of John Hunsucker, thank you for being a scholar and a gentleman. Now go out into life and run some.
Next, we are ready to welcome the STAR student and STAR teacher from Hunter Huss High School. The STAR student is Benjamin Kimmel. He is the son of Scott and Jessica Kimmel. Ben plans to attend the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and major in exercise science with a concentration in sports administration. He plans on becoming an athletic director at the collegiate level or a sports administrator for a professional sports team. His STAR teacher is Jessica Kimmel. Mrs. Kimmel has taught math at Hunter Huss High School, her alma mater, for 25 years. And yes, it is a mother-son duo.
Good evening, everyone. Most students have their favorite teachers, but can only see them as teachers, not family. However, I've had the unique experience of having my teacher truly be family. As my math teacher, she took pride in the fact that I was treated no differently, even failing me at one point. During school hours, she was a teacher to me, but outside of the classroom, she was much more than that. My mom has always been by my side, helping me with my homework and school projects. Whether it was waiting until the last minute to complete a trifold, or sitting at the kitchen table going over extra math problems, I always had a teacher by my side. During school, I would stop by her classroom to get a snack or just strike up a conversation with her. However, my perception was altered when I had her class sophomore year. I saw her more as just a mom. Her dedication to her students went beyond the classroom, working late into the night, attending her students' sporting events, and making cupcakes for her students. She is truly a mother to more than just her children. More so than her dedication to education, her commitment to me and my success in academics, sports, and life is obvious in all that she does. No matter how exhausted she may be, she is always there to support me in any endeavor I pursue. Her hard work and dedication are traits I aspire to mirror, a never give up attitude I yearn to obtain. With a mother and teacher like that, anything is possible. Thank you, Mom.
I knew he was going to bring up that failing interim. I was not sure how to start this, mainly because I didn't know what he was going to write. He didn't tell me, and he did talk about the first failing interim. I thought he might bring up that I wouldn't let him watch the ACC tournament in class, which was a momentary lapse. I did let him watch it a little. Or that he might have talked about our 3-year run to the States as a non-club swimmer. He placed 5th. But I'm thinking about Ben's senior year. I kept coming back to what I overheard from 2 men that are involved in our Special Olympics. They're walking down the hall, and one says, "It's going to be a good day." The kid says, "Yeah." The other kid says, "Ben and Zach are coming." And the other kid said, "Oh, yeah, it's going to be a great day." And the other kid said, "Yeah, it's with Ben and Zach." And that's what you want to hear someone say about your children, is for other people to be excited that they're around and in their class and in their club or on their team, for them to be good humans and functioning members of society and not just be smart or make good grades, although he does that as well. And as an aside, if you could ever teach your child, it's the most amazing experience in the world. They're brutally honest and they make you a better teacher, and that's when I got my national boards, was in his class. That helped me do that, because feedback, tons of it. Okay, lots of it. So going on that, what did I overhear about Ben in school? I heard someone from Governor's School say that Ben made class much more enjoyable. He made me want to have fun and not be so much of a nerd. Our custodians will tell me that baseball player's your son. He always thanks me when I empty the trash cans in the library. Or the cafeteria ladies will come and tell me all the nicknames they've come up with him, because he engages them all in conversation each lunch. Teachers tell me that he goes to their children's games, their basketball games, their soccer games, their cheerleading competitions. He lines the field for our athletic director. I go to the North Carolina Coaches Clinic for 14 years now, and more people know him than know me. He has to introduce me to Q Tucker or Brad Alford. I have a whole list of things that people tell me about Ben as I go through Huss, but the best one I ever hear is, "Are you Ben's mom?" And yes, I am, and I'm extremely proud of it. Congratulations.
Now we are ready to meet the STAR student and STAR teacher for Webb Street School. The STAR student is John Robinson. He is the son of Nicole Mullen Robinson, and he plans to attend Gaston College after graduation.
Miss Miller is the STAR teacher. I choose Miss Miller as the STAR teacher. Miss Miller is a good person who is very nice. Miss Miller is a good teacher and she helps all of her students. I like to learn about science by listening to songs, watching funny science videos, and doing cool science experiments on photosynthesis, the food chain, the human body. Miss Miller also helps us, me, can, excited for my dreams, my love for Beyblade music, singing, and being a good friend to my peers. Great job.
I have tried to get him to read in class, and we'll just have to have talk about more about Beyblades, right? Speaking of Beyblades, he not only asked Mr. Mills about having a tournament on his own, he also helped me organize the tournament. And we had the tournament at school, and the high school kids, and we had a couple of older kids, a couple of younger kids, loved it. So we'll try to do it again this year, and maybe turn it into some kind of a club for the kids, because they really liked it. So that was pretty cool. He's a great helper in class. He helps out with the some of the other students, and a lot of times without even asking. If something drops, he's there to pick it up and make sure that his fellow classmates are where they need to go. And one of his jobs that he does, and I don't even have to ask him to do, is when he first got to us, he came in from out of state, and he learned how to do the calendar. And at first, he was asking a lot of questions, especially when Friday is. And then now he's doing it all on his own, and I don't even have to ask him. He just does it automatically, and he's even willing to help out some of the other kids to do it. So, and he's very excited about Fridays, right? But he made friends very easily at school, right away. So that's hard to do, especially he came in halfway through the year. But that could be hard to do. But he did that very well, and Another thing that he's very good at, and I don't even have to ask him about it, is cleaning the tables at lunchtime, and he's better than some people I've seen out in the professional world. So it makes sure it gets all the corners and everything, so it's definitely a good thing to do. So one of the things I'm very proud of is he takes initiative to do his lessons and also to help out the other kids. So it's very proud of you, and hope you see nothing but bright things in your future. Congratulations, sir.
Next, we have the STAR student and STAR teacher from Ashbrook High School. The STAR student is Sarah Bell. Her parents are Joseph and Teresa Bell. She plans to attend a four-year university and become a kindergarten teacher. And I think I can guarantee right now that in 4 years you come back to us and you'll have a job in Gaston County Schools. Our STAR teacher is Angela Salgado. Ms. Salgado is a kindergarten teacher at Gardner Park Elementary School.
Throughout my education in the Gaston County school system, I've had many outstanding teachers. These teachers have taught me kindness, respect, perseverance, and many other valuable lessons I will take with me into the future. However, when it came to picking a teacher who had the most significant influence on my life, one stood out among the others, Ms. Salgado. On my first day of school, I was nervous and scared because I had always been around my family, but when I walked in the first day, I saw a bright smile. I felt a little less fear and I felt some peace. During that year, she taught me math, reading, science, and writing. She also taught me how to share, talk through my problems, and care about those around me. Additionally, she taught me how to have fun with learning and helped me push myself to do my best. In years since her class, I have volunteered with her class at various times and observed her class for my teacher cadet class. Early in my life, I knew I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher. I've always loved young kids and helping people, but I wanted to smile. I wanted to be the smile. I wanted to give this sense of joy and peace to a classroom of students. A teacher can best help their students learn by being an example. I want to thank Ms. Salgado for her compassion and for showing me everything I want to be for my future students.
I am honored to be chosen as STAR teacher by Sarah. I had the pleasure of having Sarah in my class in kindergarten, and I was also able to see her grow up as she moved up through 5th grade. In kindergarten and throughout elementary school, Sarah was always kind to her classmates and very respectful to her teachers. She came in with a smile, ready to work. She was always willing to help me in class with anything I needed. She was kind, caring, compassionate, and a leader. And this has not changed. Last semester, she came back to kindergarten as a teacher cadet. And I saw the same qualities in Sarah that I saw in kindergarten. She was just supposed to observe, but she took the initiative and jumped right in to help me in class. She talked to the students and listened to all the many stories kindergartners like to tell. She helped the students with their work. Anything I needed her to do, she was more than willing and happy to help. This award is very well deserved and earned by Sarah. She is truly a STAR student and has been throughout her school career. I am so honored that I have had the opportunity to know such a wonderful young lady. Thank you, Sarah, for letting me be a part of your journey as you finish up your senior year. I cannot wait to see you back at Gardner Park in your cap and gown for your senior walk. Sarah, I know you are going to do great things and wonderful things in your life. You are going to make an amazing teacher. Your future students are going to be so blessed to have you as their teacher. You're going to love them, you're going to care for them, you're going to challenge them. You are going to be an amazing teacher. I am so proud of you.
Now we are ready for the STAR student and STAR teacher from South Point High School. The star student is Alex Villarreal. He is the son of Dr. Jamie Villarreal and Dr. Kim Crosby. Alex plans to attend the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill to major in political science. He plans to seek a career in law and politics. The star teacher is David Grimes. Mr. Grimes has taught math at South Point High School for 26 years.
Mr. Grimes is a man that needs no introduction. He is known around the town of Belmont for many things, including his hosting of the Miss South Point show every year and having taught almost everybody in town Math 3. Everybody knows the Mr. Grimes, so being able to call him my great mentor and ally is my honor. I first met Mr. Grimes my sophomore year. The previous year, all of the kids before me had spoken very highly of him. "Oh, it's the best math class you'll ever take," they told me. "He's the best teacher you'll ever have." I thought there was no way any man could possibly live up to the legendary expectations that were set. But Mr. Grimes didn't just exceed them, he superseded them. His excitement to jump into a new problem every day blew me away. He excited his entire class about numbers. Numbers. And he still does, every day. It took me a long time to realize just how Mr. Grimes was able to teach so well, but I finally realized it this year. To Mr. Grimes, teaching is more than just teaching. It's a performance. He provides enthusiasm in every problem he teaches. I was a shy kid when I first came to high school. I started high school during COVID, and I didn't know the first thing about how to speak well, and much less perform. Now I stand before you today as a confident speaker, confident when I tell you that anything I may have been able to do at South Point High School is because of Mr. Grimes. He taught me a lot more than how to pass math tests. He taught me how to be an adult. Mr. Grimes might be the only time where the man is greater than even the myth and the legend.
This will not be brief, just so you know. Like, I don't really follow the rules. Sorry, Todd. And so, I grew up a performer. My first role was the baby Jesus for the church Christmas production, and I have been hooked ever since. I took advantage of every opportunity to be on a stage or in a spotlight, and it's where I've always felt the most comfortable. And so by my high school years, I considered myself a true artist, and the stage was my canvas. I was very deep back then. But my other love was mathematics, and I know strange, but I always felt that part of the reason people didn't connect to math was because it was taught in an impersonal, borderline cold way. I decided I wanted to be a math teacher who taught math like a theater or English teacher. I wanted to bring humanity and emotion and feeling and connection and all those things I learned from the rules of performance into my math classroom. No one in my life at the time fully got it, but I knew the role I was destined to play was that of a charismatic algebra teacher. Fast forward to the fall of 2021, when on the first day of school, I had the coolest kid walk into my classroom. It did not take me long to understand who Alex Villarreal is. He quickly impressed me with his academic abilities and effort, and intrigued me with his artistic sensibilities. You see, Alex is an academic, an overachiever, no doubt, but he is also an artist, a creator, a performer at heart, and I knew I had just met a kindred spirit. He told me about his past theater experiences, how he's a movie buff, and how he loves to create short films for his class assignments whenever possible. And Alex always has his next movie idea in his head. He's just waiting for the right moment in a classroom to use it. And as a classroom student, Alex is all in no matter what the class is. He hangs on to every word his teachers say, and he finds lessons of wisdom in all of his classes. So I thought, I have to find or create some opportunities for this kid to shine, even outside of my classroom. This is a student who could impact the culture of our school. Now, as fate would have it, that same semester, my principal asked me if I would take over the operations of the auditorium since we no longer had a theater teacher, running the lights and sound and tech for all the various events that happen in a high school auditorium. I tried to explain that I know nothing about that side of it, that I am a performer, that I don't really know like the tech side of things. And like any good principal, he said, "Oh no, I have faith in you. Don't worry, you got this. You'll be good." And so I asked Alex if he would like to help me form a tech club, and he said, "Absolutely, I would." But I soon learned that Alex also had no idea how to run the tech equipment. So we strategically put together a group of interested students with various tech backgrounds and began South Point's first ever Technical Directors Club. We run sound and lights and video for every event on the South Point stage, and we have tried to turn each one into a production of pure theater. And like myself, Alex has taken advantage of every opportunity to be on a stage in front of a camera or on a mic. He has become the voice of South Point and has changed the culture of our school and has made it a better place for all students. One of my favorite moments with Alex occurred this past fall when we were planning our pep rally. I asked Alex to perform a speech I'd written, and of course he said yes. And when it came time for our rehearsal, he handed me his personal entrance music that was to be played when he came on stage. And that made me like him even more. I'm like, this kid is awesome. And it was AC/DC. It was very cool. It was great. For the past 3 years, Alex has been my right-hand man, entertaining the masses and overachieving in every class as always. I'm going to miss the joy that you've brought to our school. And our shared planning period, that's what Alex calls his fourth period online class, his planning period. This fall, Alex will be heading to Chapel Hill to become a lawyer, where the courtroom will be his stage. And I get it, I totally do, because exactly 30 years ago, I was headed off to college to become a math teacher, where the classroom would be my stage. I am so excited to see the incredible things you are going to accomplish. You are one of a kind, Alex Villarreal. You are truly awesome. Congratulations. You are awesome, my friend.
Now we're ready to meet the star student and star teacher for Cherryville High School. The star student is Harley LaRoche. She is the daughter of Nikki and Dustin Williams. She plans to attend the University of North Carolina at Charlotte to major in social work. Her career plans are to become a psychiatrist. Her star teacher is Houston Gilmore. Mr. Gilmore teaches social studies and history at Cherryville High School, and he also serves as the Cherryville track coach.
"250 words isn't enough to describe the impact that this teacher has had on me, so I'm just going to try my best. It's not every day that you meet someone who always inspires you to push your limits and strive for greatness. For me, that person is my track coach, Mr. Gilmore. He's got this way of making you feel like you can control everything, that it's up to you whether you succeed, that the future you want is right there in front of you, you just have to grab it. I know he's seen the side eyes and the eye rolls and the groans and everything he made just from bleachers, but I really do appreciate everything he's done. He's taught me to dig deeper when things get rough, push through pain, and laugh at myself even when I end up barreling in the sandpit at my knees. I went from having to consciously try not to faceplant in sand to going to regionals because of him. Although I've had victories, Gilmore showed me that it's not just about a medal on your neck. It's about pushing yourself to be the best on and off the track. It's more than crossing first at a finish line. It's about giving everything you have even when it's tough. I don't need to be the best. I just need to be my best. So thank you, Gilmore, for teaching me how to be resilient, arguably stubborn, and to never settle for less, how to do more, and how to be more. I'm wearing mascara, by the way, to make me cry.
All right, so it's a complete honor to get this nomination from Harley. I really appreciate it. So I've had the privilege of teaching Harley her freshman year, but after that, I never had her again in class. But I coached her in track every year after that since her sophomore year. So Harley picked probably the hardest event possible at track, which is going to be the triple jump. Harley started out at jumping 19 feet, which is pretty low to start with. And I was very shocked that that's the event she wanted to pick. So through 3 years of practice and preparation, I've seen the work and determination that Harley has had, and she's now jumping over 31 feet. And now that she is going to regionals, hopefully for her 3rd straight year, going to a triple jump, I can't wait to look forward to that at the end of the season. Okay. Now, Harley's work and determination is a huge, huge attribute that she has, but Harley is a better person as well. Harley has so much kindness and so much grace. Harley is probably the most caring person I have on the track team. Whenever we have a new player or anything like that, Harley's the first one to greet them and talk to them. Even Harley going to track meets, she will go and help other people that she's competing against, teaching them how to do their form and everything. That's how nice of a person Harley LaRoche is. Okay? She is an amazing person, and she does everything gracefully. Harley, you have gone above and beyond in everything that you do. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. I can't believe I got to be a part and witness everything that you did through high school. I appreciate you, and you make me a better teacher and a better coach. Thank you.
Now we're ready to meet the star student and star teacher for the Gaston Virtual Academy. The star student is Patrick Nanny. His parents are David and Alyssa Nanny. Patrick plans to attend the University of North Carolina, where he will double major in advertising and public relations and English with a focus in creative writing. He plans to pursue a career as an author. His star teacher is Rachel Drake. Ms. Drake teaches a variety of high school social studies courses, including civics, American history, African American studies, psychology, and advanced placement social studies.
You teach a lot of classes.
There's more. He didn't.
There's a lot of people up here, so don't be nervous.
Oh, well.
So when I learned that I was the star student for Gaston Virtual Academy and I got the honor to nominate a star teacher, there was only one person that came to mind. There was only one teacher that I've ever had that's been truly worthy of getting that nomination, and Mrs. Rachel Drake is that teacher. With Mrs. Drake's guidance, I've learned a lot more about myself and have developed extremely useful skills that I will use throughout the rest of my life. Her influence has helped me become a better student and, much more importantly, a better person. Due to a chronic health condition, instead of staying at my brick and mortar school, I chose to enroll at Gaston Virtual Academy at the beginning of my junior year. My mindset going into the change was one of uncertainty, and I honestly didn't know what to expect from a high school that's held entirely online. What first seemed to be a difficult and daunting change actually turned out to be the greatest blessing of my life due to Mrs. Drake's guidance. Fortunately, I've been able to take both AP US History and AP US Government under Mrs. Drake. Mrs. Drake has not only taught me history, but has fostered a deeper understanding for how I view the world through the perspective of others. Her classes go well beyond memorizing facts and information. She emphasizes how events throughout history impact each person as an individual as well as collectively, while focusing on the importance of looking at facts and information before forming a personal opinion. Mrs. Drake has changed how I learn, how I think, and how I behave in the world, and I have a much better, more global perspective because of her. Thank you, Mrs. Drake, for being such an incredible teacher.
So being the virtual teacher, here's my phone, because I don't have a printer to print off my speech with. Everything's on a Google Doc, so here we go. I am deeply honored and humbled to be nominated for Star Teacher. The recognition means more to me than words can express, and I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Patrick Nanny for the incredible honor. Now I want to turn the spotlight onto Patrick. I can say without hesitation that he has made my journey as a teacher fulfilling and rewarding and so much fun. My husband told me I could not go off script, but I'm going to go off script. Patrick and I have the same sense of humor. And in a virtual world, that's very hard to portray, but anytime him and I meet on a computer, we just joke and talk and just have fun, and that's very rare. Your curiosity, your passion, your dedication, they have been a constant source of inspiration. Your thirst of knowledge, your willingness to go above and beyond in the classroom set you apart as an exceptional student. He is probably one of the
most beautiful writers I have ever taught, which is awesome since he's going into journalism. I'm trying to get him to do political journalism. We'll see. In the classroom, you have been a shining example for what it means to be a dedicated and engaged learner. Your intellectual curiosity, your passion for learning are evident in every assignment, discussion, project, meeting, whatever we do. But more importantly, it has been a privilege to watch your growth. Also, getting to know your personality, like I said, has been so fun. We are so sarcastic, and it's so fun. He actually told me I couldn't cry, or he would laugh at me. And I said, I promise I won't. So we just have that bond, and it has been an honor to be a part of your educational journey. As you continue to pursue your dreams and aspirations, know that you have the unwavering support and admiration from me, from our administration, from your parents, from everyone here today. Congratulations, Patrick, on your well-deserved recognition. May your future be filled with continued success, happiness, and fulfillment. I am so immensely proud of you, and I cannot wait to see what you do in your future.
Up next, we have the star student and star teacher from Bessemer City High School. The star student is Megan Millsaps. Her parents are Jennifer and Robert Millsaps. She plans on attending Chowan University to major in biology for pre-veterinarian medicine. After receiving her 4-year degree, she will enroll in a veterinarian school. Her star teacher is Katie Paysauer Brotherton. Ms. Brotherton is a health science teacher at Bessemer City High School, which is her alma mater.
I was very surprised when I was asked if I would accept this award to represent the star student for Bessemer City High School. I was asked by my principal to name a teacher that majorly impacted my life through high school. This was a very hard decision to make, as all of my teachers are amazing, but one of them stood out to me more than the others, and that's Ms. Brotherton. Ms. Brotherton has helped me in many ways throughout my high school career by teaching me, asking me about my day, and just being there for me in general. She is always trying to be helpful and tries her best every day. I have had 2 classes with Ms. Brotherton, one being her biomedical technology class, and the other one, her health science 1 class. These classes have been super helpful with teaching me about the medical field and things I will need to be prepared for in the future with my career choices. Her room is very fun and inviting to go into and shows a good representation of her personality. She always has something going on, whether it be for her CNA classes, her regular classes, or the health science club that she runs. She's very big about giving back to the community and helping those in need. Ms. Brotherton is one of the kindest teachers that we have at Bessemer City High School. She's fun and tries to make her classes enjoyable and interesting. Her classes can be very hard at times and even a bit stressful, but if you listen, then you will truly learn something from them. She's a very hard worker, as she is a teacher, a role model, and a friendly person to everybody. She makes her classes engaging and implements hands-on learning. I appreciate everything that she has done for me, including writing college recommendation letters and every piece of advice she has ever given me. She is the type of teacher that you can go to just to sit down and talk with. She's always caring and compassionate with her students, and I really appreciate that. So thank you, Ms. Brotherton.
I'm totally flattered that this cool kid got me. Megan is awesome. I first met her when she was a sophomore. She enrolled in Health Science 1, and then she signed back up. I was so excited to have her again for Biomed Tech 1. I guess the only thing I've kind of got my nose, not so happy about. She wasn't one of my CNA kids. I could have just, She has a passion. She really does, and that is veterinary medicine. I'm just so glad I've got to teach her. She is mature, enthusiastic, quiet, respectful. She actually intimidates me a little bit as a teacher because she is on it. I feel like she could have just led to the podium and went on. I really wanted to project her work on the LCD screen and say, okay, kids, this is how you do it. This is it. Not many kids get an A out of my class. It's a lot of content, and she secured it every time. Let's see. She asked me to write a college recommendation letter this fall, and it's not one of those where you're like, oh, yeah, I guess I can. I was actually flattered, and I knew that I wanted to help in any way to help this young lady succeed. She is great. She's reliable. She has self-discipline that is just unreal for a student. She has already completed several college classes, and she is enrolled in a couple right now. She is a go-getter. She is empathetic. She loves animals, and she's shy and she's quiet, but she loves people. She is very kind and has a peaceful nature about her. I know that she will be an asset to any school or workplace. In the summer, she is actually doing something really neat. She's traveling with World Strides for a 9-day trip to Costa Rica. She is going to work with animals, and that should help her stand out as a candidate for veterinary school. That is her goal. I'm really excited about that. So she's going to go out of the U.S. and just do something that is just something I wouldn't have been brave enough to do. She is a go-getter, and she's going to do it. I'm very excited for her. She has toured several colleges. She hopes to attend Joanne, I've been trying to practice this all day, University. Chowan University. I have practiced since 3:30 today. Chowan. I said, where is that? It's on the North Carolina coast. She is going to study biology and do pre-veterinary med. I am really honored to be selected a STAR teacher, and to be selected by this mature, sweet, smart, just wonderful student is just a true honor. It really is. I wish you the best in all you do. Thank you.
Now we have the STAR student and STAR teacher for the Highland School of Technology. The STAR student is Jason Lee. He is the son of Sonia's son and Eric Lee. Jason plans to attend the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill or NC State University to major in mathematics and computer science. He hopes to become a data analyst, actuary, software engineer, or quant trader. His STAR teacher is Matthew Reniger. Mr. Reniger teaches AP Calculus A, B, and BC, AP Statistics, and Pre-Calculus.
Good evening, everyone. When I heard that I was elected for a STAR student, I had two reactions. First, really? And then second, I knew it was going to be Mr. Reniger. Today, I have the privilege of introducing you guys to Mr. Reniger, a mathematics teacher at Highland School of Technology, who has greatly impacted my math journey and personal growth. I first had Mr. Reniger my sophomore year in AP Statistics. At the time, math was just another class for me. I was good at it, but interest was low. Mr. Reniger's class changed that. He challenges us to think critically, beyond the problem, fully grasping complex concepts. He teaches not only the why, he teaches not only the how, but also the why behind problems. And his passion for teaching is evident and inspires us. When he shares with the classroom a quirky math trick from his favorite calculus Facebook group, his eyes light up and you can hear the enthusiasm behind his voice. You can't help but be excited for math too. In his classroom, asking questions is encouraged, no matter how simple or complex they may seem. As he says, there are no dumb questions. And if he doesn't know the answer, you bet he will do everything within his ability to find it. Beyond the classroom, he sacrifices class hours. He sacrifices his own time, offering students an extra help by coming to school early before school starts and staying late after. I think he might need to stay today because we all bombed our quiz, but yeah. So his teaching has ignited my passion for mathematics, and inspiring me to pursue mathematics in higher education. I am eternally grateful, and on behalf of all your students, thank you, Mr. Winograd, for being an amazing teacher.
Thanks, Jason. All right. Thank you, Jason. It's a true honor to accept this award. It brings me much encouragement to know firsthand the impact that teachers can have on the lives of their students. I've taught Jason, as he said, in both AP Statistics and AP Calculus. At Highland, every day I teach top-notch, high-performing students, and I encounter all kinds of students during the day. I've thought long and hard about what to say about Jason Lee, about what kind of student he is in the classroom. Simply put, Jason is the kind of student who is fun to teach. I can honestly say that having Jason in class lightens up the classroom in a way that most students cannot do. Each day with Jason in class is something new and different. His cheery mood and humor is a part of who he is. He is funny, he's personable, and also extremely kind. Everyone knows Jason, and everyone is his friend. He's an extremely hard worker in class and brings his best effort each day. I truly cannot think of a single day where Jason has not brought a good attitude to class and is ready to learn. Over the years, I have encountered few students where math comes as natural to them as it does to Jason. He's the type of student where his mathematical ability is obvious. He is simply a smart student. Becoming a star student at Highland is not an easy task. Jason was chosen for this award because of his hard work and dedication over the past 4 years. He's taken advantage of every opportunity given to him and will be successful in whatever you put your mind to. Students who work hard to be the best and the brightest often are. Jason embodies the definition of what it means to be a star student. His overall personality and character shines to those around him. Jason, I've truly enjoyed teaching you math over the past 3 years, and I know that you will achieve great things in your future.
Now we have the star student and star teacher for North Gaston High School. The star student is Charles Eason. His parents are Brian and Diana Eason. He plans to attend Campbell University to major in mechanical engineering. He plans to use his degree to pursue a career in the automotive industry. His star teacher is Timothy Reed. Mr. Reed serves as the band director at North Gaston High School.
Good evening. I stand before you today to recognize a man that has tremendously impacted my life, Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed has been my band director for my entire high school career, and he's always pushed me to be my best. He always finds a way to lighten the mood of the band, yet maintain the professionalism of the ensemble. He truly brings the term band family to life, through lighthearted humor which helps to bring everyone in the ensemble closer together and inspire a passion in learning music. He graciously allowed me to renovate and improve the band trailer for my Eagle Scout project, and then proceeded to write a letter of recommendation to the Eagle Review Board. The band trailer was in need of new tires, improved safety lighting, ramp repairs, roof repair, and a few additional safety improvements. It's one of the most important things the band needs during the marching season. So for Mr. Reed to trust me to renovate it and have possession of it during the course of the project meant and still means the world to me. I know that there's no way I could repay him for it, but I want to recognize him for the very important role he played in who I am today. I really appreciate everything you do and have done, Mr. Reed. So thank you, and thank you for being a star teacher.
Well, thank you, Charlie, for those kind words. So Charlie is a prime example of the kind of person and student that every band director wants in their program. From the moment I met him in middle school and saw his commitment to the band, I knew he would one day be a great leader for us. Charlie demonstrates all the qualities that define a great student. He is determined to excel and puts in the time and effort to do so. He understands the importance of teamwork and goes out of his way to help others and make sure the band is set up for success. He also truly cares about everything he does and everyone around him. Now, Charlie and his senior counterparts have had to work extra hard to get to where they are today. Their freshman year band camp consisted of them learning marching fundamentals in their living room or backyard while I taught from an empty band room in front of the camera. That was fun. They also had to make the transition to high school band while playing outside and dealing with music blowing all over the parking lot. I still remember that day. Yet they didn't give up and made some of the most significant improvements I've seen in 22 years of teaching. Among Charlie's most significant contributions and accomplishments over the last 4 years are consistently making all-county band, being section leader of the trombone section, and leading the effort to remodel our band trailer for his Eagle Scout project. That alone defines his selfless commitment to helping others and giving back to the band program to which he has dedicated the last 4 years. Now, band directors remember every student we've ever taught, but there are always students like Charlie who has no doubt inspired the next generation who hold a special place in our hearts. He's made the last 4 years enjoyable because of his love for music and his commitment to the band. He is a special young man and is no doubt going to do great things in the future. Charlie, I will always be grateful for you, and I look forward to seeing your success in the future.
Thank you.
And now we have the star student and star teacher from Stuart W. Kramer High School. The star student is Ansley Vandermeer. Her parents are Christopher and Amy Vandermeer. She plans to attend a 4-year university to become a lawyer or physical therapist. Her star teacher is Mindy Mamano. Ms. Mamano has taught English, middle school, social studies, world history, civics, American history, economics, personal finance, and various electives at Stuart W. Kramer High School.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ainsley Vandermeer, and I'm honored to be selected as Stuart W. Kramer's star student. I would like to recognize an amazing individual and teacher, Miss Mindy Mamano, as my star teacher. Miss Mamano has been a teacher for 25 years and was awarded Gaston County Schools Teacher of the Year in 2017. I currently have her as a teacher in economics and personal finance, and she teaches American history and AP US history. I've not only had the pleasure of having Ms. Mamano as a teacher, but also as an advisor for Gaston County Schools Commissioner School of Excellence and for Student Council. When I first met her, I instantly admired her caring, loving, and energetic character. Working hard to ensure her students comprehend material through academic discussions, interactive projects, and engaging activities, she is like no other teacher. She gets excited for our achievements and even hangs up our work around her classroom walls like a proud mom. She also dedicates time after school for AP exam prep sessions, which no other teacher does. During student council, she helped me improve my teamwork, problem solving, and leadership skills, and encouraged me to run for an officer position this year. Now, as the vice president of Stuart Kramer, I work with Miss Mamano regularly. She even helped me start a new school and community event for Stuart Kramer. Having her as a teacher again this year, I'm reminded every day that I have someone who truly cares about me at school, someone I can share my faith with, and someone who is always in my corner. These examples do not give her nearly enough credit, as I know that without her support and encouragement, I would not be where I am today, and I'm eternally grateful to her for everything. I should also mention that upon receiving this honor, I had no idea where I wanted to go to college and was not excited to make that decision. But, however, I don't know if Ms. Mamano knows this, it is actually thanks in part to her class that I have been able to confidently and excitedly choose my college. I will definitely need to come to you for help with all that life, money, and independent living stuff as I attend University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
Thank you, Ainsley. I want to start just for a minute by apologizing to our guidance counselor, Jenny, because she told me last week that I would cry here, and I scoffed at her. And you guys are amazing, and I have spent the evening in tears. So students, teachers, this has been an amazing night. And thank you, Ainsley, for this tremendous distinction. When I was preparing for this evening, I couldn't help but reflect on my years as a teacher. And in this reflection, I just kept thinking about Thomas Jefferson. Appropriate, right? Your AP teacher has presidential quotes just floating around in my mind. But what I was thinking about was, as he faced the end of his life, he provided very specific instructions for what was to be written on his tombstone. This is not a tombstone moment, but it did inspire me. He said it should be inscribed with his proudest accomplishments. And what he put on his tombstone, if you're unaware, is that he is the author of the Declaration of American Independence, of the Statute of Virginia for Religious Freedom, and for the father of the University of Virginia. What you'll notice is there's nothing on there about his presidency or his Secretary of State or all the other accomplishments, including doubling the size of the United States. He wished only to be remembered for his legacy that he left to a nation that he hoped would continue to grow on the foundation that he created. And as teachers, I think that's all we want. We don't care about test scores. We don't care about AP pass rates. We're happy when you pass. But we don't care about CEUs as much as they help us. What we really want is that same legacy, that hopefully we can continue to pass on a legacy where they can grow on a foundation that maybe we helped to create. Throughout my career, I've had many accolades, as she mentioned, but Ainsley, I can assure you none of my previous recognitions have fit the criteria that Thomas Jefferson said, then having been chosen as your star teacher. This was a first in my career and one that I will always treasure. I had the honor of teaching Ainsley, as she said, in my AP US History course. She was a sophomore, and then this year in my personal finance course. As student government advisor, I've worked very closely with Ainsley. She's exceptional, she's intuitive, she's insightful, she's perceptive, she's everything that you've probably heard about all of our star students tonight in the classroom. Her GPA is incredible. It's indicative of the challenges that she's pushed herself to take throughout her 4 years. Her presence outside the classroom, stellar. Her footsteps are in every spot of the Stuart Cramer campus. She serves as president of the Buddy Club, president of National Honor Society, vice president of student government, president of the FCA, vice president of Junior Heart Board. But I tell you all that to tell you this, it's like the presidencies of Jefferson. When I think of Ainsley, it is not this list that I will always remember of her. It is not about her academics or her extracurriculars, though they are very impressive. What is most memorable of Ainsley's 4 years at high school is who she is in her very core and what she brings with her as she walks through the halls of Stuart Cramer. She brings joy to her classmates, reassuring smiles, words of encouragement. She brings a heart for helping others. She has this incredible balance that allows her to show her confidence in something a young woman we lack so much of. And she has that, yet she also carries it with humility. She has a growth mindset that allows her to turn these challenges into opportunities. But I think the largest thing that I will remember of Ainsley is that in a world that doesn't always shine a light on those characteristics that I just mentioned, you have not swayed from who you are. When I think of Ainsley, I think of the parable of the Good Samaritan. It doesn't matter who is in need. It doesn't matter of their background, their reputation, their struggles, their status, their age. Ainsley is always going to be there to reach out and give her hand and give an encouraging word and to help them in any way that she can. In a world full of judges, Ainsley, you have proved to be the least of these. And I'm just very thankful to have been a part of that.
Thank you to our STAR students for sharing their heartfelt stories about these truly outstanding STAR teachers recognized here this evening. Let's have one final big round of applause for our STAR teachers and STAR students in the class of 2024.